Luxury watches paired just right with the perfect shoes and suits have been the go-to option for those with a taste for elegance and style. Even a simple dress or suit can appear a lot more timeless with a watch that complements it. For watch lovers all over the world and for those just learning about luxury watch brands, it may be difficult to recognize which brand is staying at the top of its game. Welcome to my channel. In this video is the list of the top 5 most luxurious watch brands in 2023 to help you narrow down your options and find the perfect fit for your look. Before we proceed, don't forget to subscribe to our channel for future updates. 5. Audemars Piguet. In 1874, two young entrepreneurs in their early 20s reconnected in the Vallée du Joux in Switzerland. The pair had known each other since childhood, and their names were Jules Louis Audemars and Edward Auguste Piguet. A year later, in 1875, they decided to go into business together. Little did they know their namesake brand would become one of the top companies in their industry. This is the origin and history of Audemars Piguet. The brand made its first truly groundbreaking creation in 1892 with the development of the first minute repeater wristwatch. Just a few years later, in 1899, they debuted the Grand Complication pocket watch. The model boasted 7 unique complications, including a grand and small strike, minute repeater, alarm, perpetual calendar, deadbeat seconds, chronograph with jumping seconds, and split seconds hand. A decade later, the flagship model received an upgrade from designer Emmanuel Guit, and the larger Royal Oak offshore was born. Though these strikingly unconventional models were polarizing upon their initial debuts, they have ultimately come to define the brand. Still, Audemars Piguet has never ceased to continue innovating. In celebration of the company's 125th anniversary at the turn of the century, they unveiled a highly complicated model showcasing the equation of time, sunrise, sunset, and a perpetual calendar mechanism. Whether you choose one of the brand's popular models, like the Royal Oak, or one of their highly complex complications, you know you're wearing an icon when you sport an Audemars Piguet. 4. Patek Philippe. The Patek Philippe history begins in 1839. That year, Antoine Patek and his partner François Zarpec began creating custom pocket watches. Their clientele focused on royalty and other elite members of society. 5 years later, in 1844, Patek attended the Exposition Nationale des Produits de l'Industrie in Paris, France. It was here that he met a man named Adrien Philippe. At the exposition, Philippe received a bronze medal for his innovative keyless winding and hand-setting system. Within a year, Patek and Philippe went into business together, forming the brand we now know as Patek Philippe. Later, in 1845, the duo produced their first pocket watch together using Philippe's keyless winding and hand-setting system. Patek Philippe produces some of the most coveted and high-end timepieces in the world, sold for millions of dollars for some of their rarer models. This prestigious watch brand with a history of unique designs has long been favored by royalty. Quality is the most valuable resource at Patek Philippe. The entire company is designed to support it. With the introduction of the Patek Philippe seal in 2008, the company inflicted rigid standards that often surpass normal industry standards. But the commitment to quality does not just apply to the watches themselves. Placing quality uppermost, for many years Patek Philippe had its watches certified by the Poinçon de Genève. In 2009, it instead produced its own standard of quality, the Patek Philippe seal, which applies to every stage from manufacturing to the sale of the watch. Since the mid-2000s, Patek Philippe has dominated the auction market. The Patek Philippe Museum in Geneva has one of the richest private collections of timepieces in the world. 3. Omega. Omega is not just one of the most prominent watch brands in the world. They're also one of the most historically significant. Omega is widely known for being the first watch on the moon and the official watch of the space program. However, they were also the first official watch of the United States Army in 1918. They've served as the official timekeeper for over 20 Olympic Games. In addition, they have solidified their place in pop culture as the official watch of James Bond. For over 170 years, Omega has been a potent force in the watchmaking industry. The Omega Speedmaster, worn by Buzz Aldrin in 1969, made history by becoming the very first watch on the moon. It has been worn by Daniel Craig, Elvis Presley, and Steve Carell. The most expensive Omega watch sold at auction was the Seamaster Planet Ocean in Casino Royale for $250,250 in 2007. Omega watches are expensive because they are Swiss-made and also well known for high quality. Omega is also a premium brand with quite a long history and reputation. Omega also spent a lot of money on marketing and celebrity endorsements to create the perception that they are worth the high price tag. In 1892, Louis Brandt, the founder of Omega, manufactured the world's first minute-repeating wristwatch in collaboration with Audemars Piguet, which provided the minute-repeating movement. The 18K gold watch is now preserved in the Omega Museum in Biel, Switzerland. 2. Cartier. Louis-François Cartier founded his namesake brand in 1847 in Paris, France. In the early years, Cartier established the company's reputation by catering to the extravagant desires of the elite in society. After building the brand for a few decades, Cartier brought his sons and later his grandsons into the business. They helped him bring a fresh perspective to the company and expand the brand's offerings. Cartier is a Parisian jewelry and watch company, with a history of popularity amongst celebrities and royals. It has been worn by famous personalities like John F. Kennedy, Sofia Vergara, and Angelina Jolie. The most expensive Cartier watch sold was the Panther Bangle watch for $660,000 in 2015. Cartier was founded in 1847 in Paris by the jeweler Louis-François Cartier, who in 1899 handed over to his three sons. They would establish the company internationally, not least by making the Cartier name a favorite among the crowned heads of Europe. Named King of Jewelers, Jeweler of Kings, the brand was quick to turn its attention to watches. Many have become modern-day icons, such as the Santos, 1904, one of the first wristwatches, the Tortue, 1912, and the Tank, 1919. They were followed by other noteworthy pieces, including the Pasha, the Santos 100, the Ballon Bleu, and the Caliber. 1. Rolex. Rolex produced the first reference 6543 in just a couple of years in the mid-50s. The 6543 is really more a proof of concept. Most believe Rolex produced less than a couple hundred, and only a handful have appeared on the modern market. It has an odd lug width between 19mm and 20mm, which meant it didn't fit a traditional oyster bracelet. Inside, it used a Faraday cage made of soft iron to protect the automatic movement inside from magnetism, the same approach that Rolex would use in later vintage Milgauss models. Despite the soaring popularity of Rolex's women's and men's watches, each timepiece is made by hand. It has been internationally recognized as the status symbol. Rolex watches are forever in high demand, especially the Rolex Daytona and Rolex Submariner. It has been liked by celebrities including Justin Timberlake, Mark Wahlberg, Paul Newman, Orlando Bloom, David Beckham, and Kanye West. The price range of Rolex watches lies between $5,000 to $650,000 plus. The most expensive Rolex sold was Paul Newman's Daytona auction for $17.7 million in 2017. Rolex is the most recognizable luxury watch brand. The reason behind Rolex's success is its extremely high product quality extending over the many years of its existence. Rolex watches display time accurately and are robust, sturdy, and reliable. Once again, perhaps predictably, it was Rolex who claimed the crown as the most powerful watch brand in the world, the Swiss icon, which accounts for almost a quarter of all Swiss luxury watches sold around the world, along with Patek Philippe, one of the richest luxury brands globally. If you find this video interesting, don't forget to comment, like this video, and subscribe to this channel for future update. Thanks for watching.